Hi, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I'm always so glad when we get a chance to connect because Collins is such a joy to have in our classroom. Before we review his reading data, I want to highlight the energy and positivity Collins brings to our daily learning activities. He shows wonderful enthusiasm during our group reading alouds. Collins loves sharing his ideas, asking thoughtful questions about story characters, and diving into hands-on learning centers. His natural curiosity and willingness to participate gives us a strong foundation to build on when we support his reading journey. If you have any questions along the way, please feel free to ask them. Today, I want to walk you through Collins' literacy progress in a clear, family-friendly language so we can partner on the best next steps. Across our district, our target benchmark goal is for students to reach the 50th percentile. His word recognition was at the 40th percentile. His reading comprehension was at the 28th percentile, and his vocabulary knowledge sat at the 30th percentile with a first grade Lexile equivalency. Over the last 9 weeks, we delivered targeted vocabulary instruction to help raise that score. We monitored his progress every 2 weeks. Collins started at a baseline of 30%, dropped to 25% at weeks 3 and 5. He bounced back up to 30% at week 7 and ended week 9 at 25%. Looking at this overall trend line, his vocabulary growth has been declining and plateauing. I want to reassure you, this data does not mean that Collins isn't working hard. It simply shows us as educators that our current instruction of targeting vocabulary in isolation isn't working. We need to adapt our approach to meet his learning style. To understand why Collins was struggling to retain isolated words, I met with our student support team. This included our reading specialist, speech language pathologist, interventionist, and grade level team. Together, we reviewed his progress charts and asked key diagnostic questions. Is Collins struggling to retain vocabulary because foundational word decoding requires so much mental energy that he can't focus on word meaning? We also conducted informal screeners for underlying literacy issues, including dyslexia, evaluating his phonological awareness, rapid naming, and visual word recognition. We found that while Collins possesses vibrant oral language, he needs structured visuals and tactile supports to bridge the gap between spoken words and written text. This confirmed that isolated memorization isn't key. He needs multi-sensory connected word work. Based on our data review, our clear recommendation is to change his intervention. The individualized goal would be he would be given 10 target grade level vocabulary words each week. Collins would correctly define and use 8 of them in spoken or written sentences across 3 consecutive week progress monitoring checks. The research-based strategy, we are implementing multisensory vocabulary and semantic mapping. Instead of isolated definitions, Colin will use visual semantic maps and word webs to organize words into simple charts and connect new vocabulary to concepts he already knows. He will use tactile materials, drawings, visual pictures, and structured sentence building tasks. Research shows that connecting new vocabulary to familiar visual and physical experiences makes it significantly easier for young learners to understand and retain new words. Carrying out this updated plan is a collaborative effort across our school team. It would consist of me, the classroom teacher. I will lead the Tier 1 classroom differentiation, integrate semantic word maps into daily reading, and track his weekly 5-minute vocabulary probes. The reading specialist interventionist delivers small group, structured, multi-sensory word work and semantic mapping routines 4 days a week. The speech pathologist consults biweekly to provide targeted oral language structures and visual sentence building frames. Our intervention paraprofessional guides Collins through daily 10-minute reinforcement stations using visual picture cards and interactive word matching games. You play such a vital role in Collins' success. Here are 2 simple, effective ways that you can align with our new intervention if you would like to do that at home. When reading a story together at night, pick two new or interesting words. Create a mini word web on paper where Collins draws a picture of the word in the center and draws lines to words that mean something familiar or remind him of home experiences. Use digital platforms like Starfall, available on our district webpage, or ABC Mouse, specifically the interactive vocabulary and picture word matching modules, for a recommended of 10 to 15 minutes a day. These apps use engaging visual and auditory cues that mirror the visual picture cards we use in class. To give you extra support outside of school, here are two great community resources. Our local public library early literacy program. Our public library hosts weekly interactive family story times and provides free take-home early literacy kits with decodable books, picture cards, and hands-on vocabulary games. We want Collins to take pride in every step of his progress. In class, Collins will track his own growth using a vocabulary tank chart in his folder. Every time he masters a target word, he gets to add a sticker of a colored fish to his page, giving him a fun visual celebration of his hard work. At home, you can celebrate his growth with literacy high fives, picking out a favorite weekend story, or displaying his word maps on the refrigerator. For follow-up communication, I will send home biweekly progress updates via our district's secure reporting system so that you can see his growth in real time. We will also schedule a quick check-in in 5 weeks to review his response to the new multi-sensory approach. I really appreciate meeting with you today, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.